Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love exploring wild what-ifs that make you rethink reality, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because today's journey is one of the loneliest and most strange we could imagine. Picture this. You wake up one morning and there's no one else. No voice, no footsteps, no cities humming with life. You are the only human left on Earth. No governments, no crowds, no routines, just silence, vast landscapes, and the weight of absolute solitude. What would you do first? Walk down empty streets? Visit museums without tourists? Drive across continents with no traffic? But soon the wonder gives way to deeper questions. How do you survive? How do you stay sane when there's no one to talk to? And what's the meaning of your life when you're the last one left? In the next part, we'll dive into how a world without people works, how nature reclaims cities, how supplies dwindle, and what it's like to build a new purpose from nothing. At first, the world feels like your playground. You drive through empty highways, explore abandoned skyscrapers, and sleep wherever you want. Maybe even in the world's most luxurious hotels. You take food from supermarkets, power up generators, and use solar panels to keep the lights on. But soon, silence becomes your greatest enemy. The air feels heavier without voices. Streets overgrow with grass. Animals return to cities, and nature slowly erases humanity's footprints. Wolves roam through parking lots. Vines crawl over statues, and the sound of the wind becomes your only company. You start talking to yourself, maybe even to mannequins, just to remember what words sound like. Time loses meaning. Days blur together. You stop counting them. The calendar becomes pointless. What matters now isn't the clock, it's survival and the fragile balance between freedom and madness. In the next part, we'll explore what happens to your body and mind, how loneliness changes the brain, and whether humans are even capable of living completely alone. At first, your mind tries to stay busy. You create routines, talk out loud, and maybe even keep a diary. But humans are social creatures. Without interaction, your brain starts to change. Studies show that long-term isolation affects memory, emotion, and even your sense of time. You might start hearing voices or seeing shadows that aren't real, the mind's way of filling the silence. Your sleep becomes irregular, without the usual rhythm of human life. Work, school, traffic, your body clock drifts. Days feel endless. Motivation fades. You begin to realize that survival is not just about food or water, it's about purpose. Some people, even in experiments with short isolation, experienced anxiety, depression, and paranoia after just a few weeks. Alone on Earth, these effects would be much stronger. To stay sane, you'd need to find meaning, maybe through creating art, recording messages, or trying to rebuild society in some way. Next, we'll explore what would happen to the Earth itself if humans disappeared, and how long it would take for nature to reclaim everything we ever built. Within days of humans disappearing, the Earth would start to breathe again. Streets once filled with noise would fall silent, and animals would begin to explore cities freely. Birds would nest in skyscrapers, foxes and deer would wander through parking lots, and plants would sprout from cracks in the pavement. After just a few weeks, power plants would shut down without maintenance. The world's lights would go dark, one continent after another. Satellites would still orbit for decades, silently watching a planet slowly swallowed by green. Within a year, air pollution would drop drastically. The skies would clear, rivers would run cleaner, and coral reefs might begin to recover. Without human interference, ecosystems would balance themselves again, predators and prey returning to their natural rhythms. After decades, buildings would crumble, roads would be overtaken by forests, and the sound of engines would be replaced by the wind and rain. Entire cities would vanish under vines, sand, and trees. Even monuments like the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty would eventually rust and fall. Yet traces of humanity, plastic, satellites, and radio signals would remain for centuries, whispering that someone was once here. Imagine being the last man on Earth. No voices, no machines, no new fires burning. At first, silence would feel peaceful, almost sacred. You'd explore empty cities, flipping switches that no longer work, opening books that no one will ever read again. But as months pass, that silence would grow heavy. You'd realize that humanity wasn't just buildings and inventions, it was connection. With time, your mission would change. You'd start leaving messages, carving words into stone, recording your voice on old devices, planting trees in the shape of giant letters that could be seen from the sky. You'd want whoever came next, or whatever, to know that we existed, that we dreamed, built, loved, and tried to understand our world. Nature would eventually take even those signs, covering them with moss, blending them into the earth. But somewhere, deep under the soil or floating in orbit, something human would remain. A story, a sound, a spark. And maybe, thousands of years later, another species, or even descendants of animals we once knew, would find that spark and wonder who we were. So maybe, even if you were the last man on Earth, your story would never truly end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more what if explorations about our incredible, fragile planet.